Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel, Mo Vibing. I'm your host Mo. Hope everyone had a wonderful holiday. I believe I did say that on my last video. I'm sure I did. Anywho, but I was sitting here, I did a reading more so for myself or whatever, because of some energy that I had been in for like the past 2 days, and I couldn't really quite figure out why I was I was in the mood that I was in, but I was like extremely irritated, like highly irritated. And I'm trying to figure out like, what the fuck is that? Like, why am I irritated, you know? Nothing had happened. I didn't, I really had no reason at all to be irritated, to be honest. So I, of course, took a spiritual bath, and it was amazing. I love those. I take them often. I do. Even when I think I take them enough, I don't take them enough, and that's because of certain shit that happens that is technically outside of my control, you know. But it is what it is. You can only control what you can't control. I mean, as simple as that, I guess. If that makes any sense, I'm sure it does. But anywho, so coming into this energy, coming on when I was in my spiritual bath, and I've been getting downloads like crazy today, and it's been like really kind of all over the place. I had one earlier, and I was out, and I did not stop to write it down or put it in my phone or whatever. I really wish I did, but to be honest with you, I feel like even with the one that I got when I was taking my spiritual bath, it came through so strong that I hopped out the bath. Like, I didn't even, like, of course I took my shower and everything, but I just went ahead and hopped out because I was like, it kind of pissed me off. I'm not even gonna lie. Like, I was pissed. I was pissed because, I do a lot. I really do try to be a really good person, not because for anybody else, more so for myself, and for my children, because I feel like being a good person is a good thing. I think everyone should strive to be a good person and always strive to be a better person when they can, And one of the things that pissed me off was the fact that I find that people will do certain things or try to manipulate situations so that you can live in fear or live in a lack mindset or continue to have a lack mentality, and a lot of times we don't even know when us ourselves are pushing a certain agenda, and it hurts people. And I'm kind of all over the place because my mind and my intuition is fighting as always. Being a Libra, and I'm not about to blame it on being a Libra, it's just my mindset, period. A lot of the things that I've been through have conditioned me to be more logical than more led by my intuition because of certain situations. You would think that, it will make you sharper. Yes, it does. But when you have such a logical mindset, when you have your mind is so strong, it tends to overpower things at times. And when it comes to being in fear, and I'll tell you something, I don't fear a lot of things. I don't. The things that I fear is normal things that anybody would fear because it's just you're human. And what I mean by that is I fear losing certain people out of my life when I put myself in. I fear losing my children. I fear not being able to be there for them. Things like that. You know what I mean? Even though, in my mind, I'm doing everything that I can while I'm here, or I'm trying to be the best version of myself like now, so that eventually those things, will fall away. Those fears will fall away. But the fears that I'm talking about are the fears that other people try to invoke in you so that you don't prosper in life. And a lot of times you think of, oh, well, that's just a hater, or that's just, people trying to stop you. It's different. It's a different type of thing when someone is trying to invoke fear in you so you don't move forward, because it'll come in ways that you don't even realize. It'll come in the slightest of forms of, oh man, well, I cannot lose this job, because if I lose this job, then how am I going to provide for my family? And in actuality, it was like the same way you got that job is the same way God would give you another one. Because and this is something I told my sister a while ago. She had asked me, she was like, well, Mo, well, she doesn't call me Mo, she calls me Monica. She was like, well, Monica, you don't want to lose your job. Like, you need your job, and, things like that. And like I told you before, well, I've said on this channel before, is that, with the job that I have, I never said where I worked, but it's extremely toxic. It's like the most toxic environment that I have ever been in my entire life. And to be honest with you, I haven't been in that many more places. So I'm pretty sure there is worse. But it's toxic to the point where the people there will literally make you try to turn on yourself in a way where they'll try to convince you of you are something that you're not, and in that, and I told my sister then about going back to the fear thing. I told my sister then, I was like, well, if I lose this job, then God will give me another one, because that's God. Like, he's going to always provide for me. And that's how I always see it. Like, even when I'm stressing out about shit, I'm like, well, I know God got me. Like, if it may not be what you want in the moment, like, you may not want to eat chicken again for the third night in a row, but it's something that you have to do until you get out of your situation. It's like, it's just something that you have to do, man. Like, sometimes every situation, every day or every season is not going to be ideal, but that does not mean that you're not doing what you're supposed to be doing, or you're sucking at life or anything like that. That does not mean that. It's just that, seasons come and go. You go through things and you grow through things, and life keeps going, and you find new ways to deal with things because of the past situations that you've been in. Not necessarily saying that your life just has to like go to shit. You know what I mean? But there are people who want your life to go to shit, believe it or not. And sometimes it's the people that's closest to you. Sometimes it's the people that's closest to you that want the worst for you, because they're so afraid that if you get it, they lose it. And so instead of them trying to encourage you to move forward, they'll put little trinkets of things in your mind to make you wonder, and then now your whole head is fucked up because you had this grand idea, but somebody came in and just fucking threw you off just like that, and it creates a fear, So that's kind of what I mean by fears. Or my situation at work, I'm not gonna lie, I'm looking at my Christmas tree. I think I did a really good job this year, I'm not even gonna lie. But this, with my job, I feel as though the people there, like, if I was to leave, I really do feel like these people wouldn't have nothing. Like, and I don't even think I'm the shit. Like, I don't even think I'm that interesting of a person, to be completely honest. I think that I put my pants on one leg at a time, just like everybody else. I don't think I'm better than nobody. I really do feel like, yes, a lot of times I honestly think that, these people have a lot more than me, but for some reason, they are obsessed with blocking my blessings. They are obsessed with stopping me, you know, because it's like, if we can't pick on Monica, who are we going to pick on? Like, we cannot have nobody to pick on. Nobody here is worthy. This is, you know, and now let me be clear. I ain't the best looking thing out here by no means. I know that. Like, I've seen some very beautiful people, okay? But I don't think I'm like butt ugly. You know what I'm saying? So I do feel like, in a way, it's not even really more so about my looks. I think it's more so about my light that I have, that I like to give out to people, because I do. I'm a genuinely nice person. I love giving to people. I love being nice, because sometimes people don't have anybody that's being nice to them. You know what I mean? And it's crazy because there's been times where I feel like nobody is being nice to me, or I went through some really bad shit, but I didn't turn around and take it out on nobody. Like, I gave that, you know, no, like, because the energy that you put out is the energy that you want to get back at all times, regardless of what you're going through, regardless of what just happened. And I'm not saying that, you know, somebody could have just passed away in your family, you're just supposed to be love, light all the time. No, that's not what I'm saying. You go through your experiences, you handle your shit, and then, you know, but when you're out in public, you know, you don't have to be a dick to nobody. You don't have to be an ass, okay? You know, I was on my way home the other day. There was a parade, and I didn't make the parade, of course, because I was at fucking work or whatever. But anyway, I was on my way there, and I was on the highway, and there was this guy that was in a Camaro, and he was just blocking the highways. Like, seriously, like, he was blocking anybody from being able to pass. And at first, you know, because everybody's like coming to like a screeching halt. Like, seriously, like, we're going 45, 50 on the highway. I mean, it's 70 and above, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, everybody has to come to a screeching halt. And I'm like, damn, this guy's drunk. This is crazy. And in my mind, because of certain situations that I've seen on the highway, it's like, you know, just fall back and let this person do what they do and whatever, you know. Because of how long it took, I already knew that somebody else had called the police. It's like I always call the police late. It's weird. Like, I'm never on time with calling the police. Like, someone is always on the phone quicker than I am. Like, damn. But anyway, so the guy was blocking the highway, and we got up to a certain town. And I think he realized then, like, okay, well, I can't play right here because the sheriffs be out. So he goes on about his business. But a couple of miles down the road, oh, the sheriffs came and got him. You hear me? They got him. And I was like, you know what? I've never been so happy for somebody to get in trouble. And I kind of felt bad for it. But then again, you never know. Maybe that's what he was looking for. Like, why would you be blocking people on the highway? You could have caused a wreck. Or maybe he was trying to cause a wreck. You know what I mean? Who knows? But people, stuff like that is scary. That right there is scary. That right there would create a fear in anybody. Like, you know, this Mercedes that was like riding in front of me, they rolled their blinkers out until the cops got them. I mean, I think they were terrified. And I would have been too, because you never know. You never know what, you know, what somebody's last straw is. We're seeing all these people get killed nowadays, especially in these mass shootings. And it's like, damn, like, you never know when somebody's had enough. And that's scary. That creates a fear. You know, but I feel like as long as, you know, you are being of light and you are putting out positive energy as much as possible, there's not too much to fear. I think, especially when you're praying every day. Like, my situation that happened, I feel like recently, I feel like I kind of dropped the ball when it came to removing blockages, because I am protected. I know that I'm protected. However, I don't know if the like, other people aren't protected. You know what I mean? Other people that I have to deal with aren't protected. You see what I'm saying? So it's like, if I want to go, let's for an example, if I want to go And if I'm going for a promotion, okay, we'll just use this. If I'm going for a promotion and let's say there's certain people who don't want to see you prosper, right? They just hate your fucking guts for no reason because they're just miserable people and they really need to get a life, and a demon is just attached to them. They're probably just aliens. Like my mom said, my mom calls them aliens. But anyway, and you pray for protection from them and they can't really fuck with you. Like, they try to do everything in their power to fuck with you and it doesn't work because you're so protected and God loves you and you love God and y'all are cool as shit. Like, you know what I'm saying? But the people that they have contact or they can contact, they're not as protected. So it's like, who knows if they even pray? You know what I mean? So they can easily influence other people. But because of the light that's in you and the protection that you have, all they can do is conspire with everything around you or try to manipulate, blah, 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 blah. Manipulate the situations or the people around you, because that's the only way. It's like, okay, if we can't get her or if we can't get him, we need to get whatever they're going after. That's what we attack, because some way, shape, form, or fashion, they know that whatever they throw at you, God is going to be there. Your spirit guides is going to be there. Your ancestors or your whomever you pray to is going to be there. Because again, and I say this again, sidebar, I'm not a religious person, but doesn't mean that the person that's watching isn't a religious person. And I don't want to ever be it to where this is just religious based, like, or even like on just I just don't want people to feel like I'm like just talking about one thing, because this applies to everybody. It applies to everybody. But anyway, these people know they can't fuck with you, but they can fuck with everything that you're trying to work for, you know, or everything that you're trying to achieve. They'll do as much as they can to get in the way. However, like I've said, and I know you've heard, they can't take shit that God ain't said was for you. Like, that God has said that's for you. They can't take that, okay? Like, they can huff and puff and try to blow your house down, but the shit gonna be still standing at the end of the day. Because God said he wants it to stand. Because God knows that you deserve it. You deserve whatever it is that you want. Now, they may delay it, but guess what? God gonna pop up another door. Another door is still going to pop open. Period. So it's like, oh, that was cute. That was nice. But in the meantime, when those type of things happen, I want you to understand that you can't lose faith and that you cannot allow for these people to make you bitter or to make you resentful. You know, and honestly, you know, there's been times where I've been in certain situations and I felt like, well, damn, like, well, fuck it then, you know, excuse my language, but that's kind of how I felt. I'm just being honest. And when I look at it now, and that's why I say I kind of got pissed off, you know, and I was kind of mad at myself, because it's like, who do they think that they are, that they feel like that they can invoke fear in anybody? Like, a person should not think that they have that much power whatsoever. And I think I stand by that. No person in this world should think that they have so much power that they can make another human being be in fear. Unless you are raising children, and sometimes gentle parenting don't work. I'm not saying make your kids scared of you, but they have to learn how to have some discipline. I don't hit my kids though. Now I talk to them and I'll take stuff, you know, but you know, it is what it is. So yeah, they'll be afraid that, oh shit, I don't want to lose my phone. You know what I mean? But yeah. Anywho, so that's what I have to say about that. And it was a post that was posted on Instagram today, and the girl was like, well, if it's too hard, then I ain't gonna try or whatever. Like, I ain't stressing myself no more. Well, sometimes, you don't want to stress. I mean, if you're stressing about anything, you might want to stop and take a look at it. But everything doesn't come easy, and sometimes some people don't understand that, and some don't understand that you're not going to appreciate it unless it's kind of difficult. Sometimes you're not going to appreciate it unless, like, God takes it or God makes it harder, because it's like, well, I just need to see if you really want it, because sometimes God knows you. God know you. God know, like, okay, you say you want that, but as soon as I give it to you, you're not gonna do whatever you're supposed to do, and then you do it, and then it's like, who you think you lying to? You're not lying to God. He already know how you are. He just showing you, like, okay, I told you, but all he did was throw one little wrench in your little plan, and you just said, fuck it. You know what I mean? And you just got to understand that everything isn't going to be so easy, and everything isn't going to be hard either. Just as much as you have setbacks, you will also have breaks. You will catch a break at some point or another. Okay? But don't allow for these don't allow for these people to deter you from what you really want to do. Continue to go for it. And if anything, at least you're trying for something, and in the process you're growing. Okay? Don't ever stop growing. Don't ever stop. Don't give nobody that. You owe it to yourself to grow. You owe it to yourself to be a better person. And to want to be a better person it's a really good thing, because some people ain't shit. But whatever. Anyways, thank you for joining me. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe. I greatly appreciate you being here. Thank you so much for clicking on my channel. I appreciate it. As always, love yourself. Love yourself. Love and light. Have a good night.